My name is Owen Rogers, and I'm an enterprise account executive supporting our net new commercial partners driving workforce technology innovation. Learn to Win is the leading provider of personalized, predictive, and secure enterprise training. By leveraging AI, data science, and a modern cloud-native platform, Learn to Win transforms how organizations train their teams to drive winning outcomes in complex and fast-paced environments. Our learning and development efforts are laser focused on the concept of last mile training. Last mile training and learning is best categorized as the tribal knowledge only learned on the job and cannot be purchased off the shelf. Historically, it's extremely difficult to capture and scale this information. This is because on average, 80% of workforce training happens on the job. Learn to Win can help organizations save time and money as it's 6 times less expensive to build technical skills internally than to source from the open job market. The 3 pillars of our platform are easy authoring to enable subject matter expertise and rapid creation of interactive training materials. Learning science built directly into the product to focus on what helps adult learners retain information and actionable analytics and insights to take the guesswork out of your continuous education and upskilling efforts. We successfully help high-performing teams of all shapes and sizes unlock last-mile training and learning at scale, from collegiate and professional football teams to the U.S. Department of Defense and active duty military and commercial enterprise organizations driving business performance. There are 3 sides to Learn to Win, starting with our content creation engine, providing simple yet engaging templates to build custom materials, a learning experience rendered on any device to meet employees with training in their typical flow of work, and back-end analytics to go beyond completion data, highlighting key knowledge gaps and correlate confidence to essential job functions. Our newest product release, slated for Q1 of 2025, will harness the power of artificial intelligence to provide custom content generation in just a fraction of the time. We've seen content development projects originally scoped for 7 months take only 3.5 weeks with our latest technology. In a quick demonstration, you can see our new user interface with the addition of our AI-powered content creation engine. You can upload your static training materials, and within seconds, our platform can generate micro-learning lesson materials to teach your employees and quizzing materials to assess your employees' knowledge base. With this latest enhancement, we can take 80 to 90% of the initial content creation out of the process itself. And then that leaves the last 10% of relevant customization to our partners to hit the uniqueness of your organization's needs and make sure we're hitting employees with the key knowledge that will help them excel in their jobs. Thank you for listening, and to learn more, you can find us at www.learntowin.com.
Andrew Powell, co-founder and CEO of Learn to Win. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Pleased to be here. Thank you.
Andrew, so why did you start Learn to Win, and what was the founding purpose behind it?
Yeah, the founding purpose was really simple. We believed that technology could dramatically improve learning, whether it's a K-12 classroom, higher education, corporate learning, government learning, but that the first versions of online learning technologies hadn't really realized the potential. And so my background was very much in learning science. How do people learn? What are the most effective, fastest ways to learn? And how can you use data to improve learning experiences for an individual? And so the key insight behind Learn to Win was really taking the analog materials. It might be a textbook or a 3-ring binder or a Zoom webinar, converting that into this highly interactive, engaging learning experience, and trying to make kind of that process really easy and simple. Because once you do that, you can then start to optimize the whole learning experience based on all the data insights that you get from the digital platform. So that's the mission that we're on. We actually just yesterday announced we raised a $30 million Series A. So we've got some more resources in the bank to continue investing in the product development, like what Owen showed you just now in the demo.
That's amazing. Congratulations, Andrew. And Owen alluded this in the presentation moments ago, but can you tell us about the concept of last mile training and learning and why it's crucial to success for your partners?
For sure. So that's a term that we coined. It comes from kind of the transportation industry, thinking about the last mile of logistics, that it's often the hardest, but it's the most valuable part. And we think that that same thing exists within the training world. If you think about kind of the common skills that someone might learn on a LinkedIn Learning or a Coursera, we think those are some really good learning experiences for the foundational, how to code or how to develop your sales skills. But the last mile of learning are really those organization-specific things, like how do we sell our particular product in our particular market? And what are the hard-won insights that an expert sales rep might have in their brain that you need to somehow translate to everybody else? And so that was the gap in the market that we thought really we were well suited to go and solve, of capturing those insights, turning it into a highly effective, engaging learning experience, and then scaling that out to a team to really codify that last mile of knowledge and then deliver it to your people in a systematic, effective, and secure way.
Appreciate that. And so what do you hope to achieve with your exciting enhancements leveraging generative AI?
Yeah, there's really three ways that we're primarily thinking about this. The first that we just showed was the authoring experience, making it super easy, removing a ton of the manual effort in creating training in the first place. That was something we heard from all of our customers, that it can be kind of a slog to get that information in the first place in the platform. And we just want to make it extremely easy to digitize your training materials into an engaging, effective mobile learning format. The second piece is to try and really improve the learner experience. If you think about the possibilities with AI of personalizing, say, the feedback for each individual learner, you could generate different prompts for each learner based on what they're struggling with, how they're progressing, so that you can really optimize the learning experience beyond just the authoring piece. And then the third piece that I think is really interesting is around insights and analytics. So if you're an administrator and you're looking across, for example, with our Department of Defense customers, sometimes 30,000 individual learners, there's immense data that is sitting in Learn to Win. But it might take a data science degree to be able to parse through all of that information to pull out the really useful nuggets. So could we use AI to really automate a lot of the data analysis and insights and then surface those to administrators or to instructors to really equip them to better do their jobs? So authoring, learner experience, and automating a lot of the data analysis are the main places that we're investing with AI.
That's so exciting. So let's hear from one of your customers. We have Lee Snyder, Senior Director of Learning and Development at Acrotech Biopharma. Welcome, Lee.
Hello, everyone. Hi.
Lee, so what problem were you trying to solve when you found Learn to Win?
Well, really, I was looking for a platform that would help training stick. It's always that retention of learning. And you have so much data in the e-learning modules. The traditional modules are much more involved. Although they can be interactive, they're really more static. So I wanted to make sure that all of that information is pulsed out over time and easily digestible.
And what I'm sure you've seen a lot of tools when you were shopping around, but what separates Learn to Win from other tools that you've looked at or even leveraged in the past?
Yeah, I've used other tools in the past, and I have such passion for this particular platform because it's just easy to build. It's like an infomercial. I mean, and that's not all. I mean, I was able to learn it. Being somewhat tech savvy, but the Learn to Win customer support team actually helped me to understand how to build modules, how to make adjustments. It was so nice to walk through with customer support and have me, a hands-on, platform, or hands-on to be able to use the program and finalize it. And then I think the other piece was mentioned by Andrew, that the metrics, right? So I really love. Many times reports can be difficult to uncover, to open, to share. So insights and analytics has really helped the team across the sales force to say, where are we in sync with our knowledge, or clinical knowledge, product knowledge, competitive knowledge, and where are the gaps?
And Lee, this is something we hear over and over again. It's, with different technologies in HR tech, it's how easy is it to use and implement, and then the metrics, what data can I get to make decisions? So what results or desired outcomes have you achieved using Learn to Win?
Well, I mean, a few things. You would think at first this is all right. This is a tool that we do pulse out. It's really enhanced our culture of learning. They're bite-sized lesson, 3 to 5 minutes. People are using apps all the time, so when representatives in the field, they can quickly go to it. But what's helped us is what's the metric? I usually get, I've been in the training field for many years in pharma, and well, what metrics? What are the results? Can you prove that the training is really retained, and how are folks applying the information? Well, we did a baseline assessment using Learn to Win, and that was really just an aggregate. It wasn't a gotcha or looking at individuals. And from there, we identified where are we on target, where are the gaps. And what Learn to Win, the team helped me, was we built out a series of maybe 15 different modules, topics that were focused on areas of improvement. We did the baseline assessment, we pulsed it out over 6 months, and right prior to our national sales meeting, we did a post assessment. So I'm happy to report there was a 5% increase in the overall knowledge and retention, based on all those modules that we rolled out over that 6-month period. I think the last thing I'll say is what we did something a little different. We running workshops at a national sales meeting. I decided why not use Learn to Win real time. So at the end of each workshop, folks got out their mobile phone, and we gave them a little post quiz based on the workshop for retention of learning. And that took maybe a minute or two. Then I showed up on the big screen. How did we do? And we walked through those quizzes. So it was fun, not only doing this in the field, but we applied it in real time, and then the sales managers in their breakouts could pull through those activities, and as well as in the field coaching, mentoring, and training folks.
That's amazing. Lee, thank you so much for your time and for being part of our event. Andrew, how can folks get in touch with you and Learn to Win?
Yeah, well, you can reach out to me personally, Andrew@learntowin.com. Would love to hear from any of you who are interested. And our website, I think, is in the chat as well. So thank you all for the time. Thanks, Adil.